Various paragraphs of the Catechism. So it's a quite the feat, it's a synthesis, as I said before, of the Bible, of sacred oral tradition as mediated through the teaching magisterium of the Church. Now, we know that as Catholics, the deposit of the faith is articulated along three main prongs, right? We have the Scriptures, we have sacred oral tradition, and we have the magisterial teaching, right? The teaching of the magisterium. But what we need to realize is that the Bible was originally sacred oral tradition. You see what I'm saying? The Bible didn't come from heaven fully formed, bound, and translated into English. Right? The Bible came to us through a process of discernment of the magisterial teachers discerning out of the oral tradition what should be in here. That's why it's important that we know that we have the three prongs of the Catholic deposit of faith articulated in the Catechism, because that's how we roll as a Catholic Church. We don't just do one leg of the stool, sola scriptura. We do all three so that to get the most out of it, because in the end it's not about us. How many of us know it's not about us? It's not about us. Who is it about? It's about God, and it's about the world. It's about our brothers and sisters. We need to learn this stuff so that we can get over ourselves, we can be informed, and we can go minister to the world. Because it really and truly is not about us. Okay? So everything we do and everything that you're going to learn in these classes, every time we come together, is always going to have a practical result. It's going to have a practical effect because we need to be equipped to go out and minister to the world who is dying. We have friends, spouses, children, siblings, work friends who are dying on the vine because they don't know the truth. And how are they dying on the vine? They're dying out of hopelessness. They don't have any hope. They're dying out of helplessness. But how can faith help me now? You know, whereas instead we're like tapped into the mother vein of nuclear power. And a lot of us are sitting over here thinking, oh, I'm so helpless and hopeless. I hope God does something. So that most of our prayers are more in the vein of wishful thinking. You know, cross my fingers and hope this happens. But that's not how God works. God works through power. The power of the Holy Spirit. One of the words that's used to describe the power of the Holy Spirit is the Greek word dunamis. 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 It's not in your words. Dunamis. D-U-N-A-M-I-S. Dunamis. Can anybody tell me what English word finds its root in dunamis? Dynamite. So is that a namby-pamby little thing that we could use and maybe not? No, it's dynamite. The power of the Holy Spirit is dynamite. It's dynamite. And until we get that in our heads, until we really and truly take that knowledge with us to the bank of our lives, of trying to make the withdrawals, to then go out and spend them in our lives, we're going to be powerless. We're not going to have a whole lot of, people aren't going to want to be like us, I guess. You know, if we go around looking like we've taken a bite out of a very sour lemon all the time, Pope Francis calls it cara de vinagre, vinegar face. You know, vinegar face? A lot of people just go around, and I do understand that after a certain age, gravity takes over. And you might think you're smiling, but people are asking you why you're mad. Okay, I'm just being honest here, okay? I mean, I know that our sweet young things amongst us don't have that experience quite yet, but the idea is we need to remember to put a smile on our faces, to know that we have the joy and we have the hope. It's all about hope. It's all about the three cardinal virtues, faith, hope, and love, right? We have something that the world needs desperately, so let's not hoard it for ourselves. Let's understand it, and let's be ready to give it out. And that's kind of why we're talking about the Catechism today. Now,